On this very special night, we're truly honoured to have with us Clare Clarke. Please welcome Clare Clarke as our special guest here tonight. Tell me, first of all, about your own involvement with ladies football. How did that all start and begin for you?
I started in ladies football 12 years ago. I was doing the registrations. It's a great place to work. It's a lovely office, a great team. We're led by Helen, and she's a great boss, and we're all pulled together. And it's a lovely place to work, and they're very supportive, and just couldn't ask for a better place to work, really. They're amazing people.
Tell me a little bit about your illness, Clare. When did you realise that you were, obviously, things weren't great?
I was diagnosed almost 6 years ago. I just had a baby, and I had a lump in my breast, so I wasn't really too concerned because I was breastfeeding and all that. So after a while I got worried about it, so I went to the GP and they sent me to go around, and I got biopsies done and all of that. And I came back saying that it was breast cancer. So I did a year of the treatment, the chemo and the radiation and all of that, and I kind of put it behind me then. And then about a year and a half ago, I came back in my spine. And then since then it's gone to my lungs and my liver. Liver first, then lungs. That's only in the last, say, 8 weeks that it's gone there.
And how do you feel every day? I mean, you're getting chemotherapy, I know.
I get chemotherapy every week, every Tuesday. So it's a good night to have the All-Stars tonight because Thursday, Friday aren't great days. So Saturday kind of, I come up a little bit. And then Sunday we've Love Hate tomorrow, so I wouldn't have missed that. But yeah, it's up and down, you know, you have good days and bad days. Some days you can't get out of bed, you're in pain, or you're just tired really, like it really knocks you. And then other days you're sitting on stage with Marty Morrissey, having a great time.
This is obviously the low part of this particular week. Tell me, in terms of the diagnosis, where are you at now?
Well, I was doing okay with the spine, the bone cancer, and I was pretty optimistic, you know, as much as I could be. And then I went to my liver, so that wasn't great. And then about 2 months ago, I was at home and I couldn't breathe. And my oncologist came back in after doing an X-ray and said, "You're looking at a few weeks," which nearly blew the two of us off the bed. Like, we weren't expecting that at all, you know. And he later told me then that he really meant to say days. Like,
really?
Yeah. It was a Thursday, I think we went in with ours. And he said, "No, you're looking at days. If you can tolerate one round of chemo, we'll go and see how you get on." But he didn't know if I would. So that was 8 weeks ago, and I've done 8 rounds of chemo now once a week. And I'm tolerating the chemo, so it's kind of day to day, week to week, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting miracles, and I am expecting miracles at the same time. So you have to be realistic, but as well you have to be optimistic. So I try to live kind of in the moment, day to day, not dwell on it too much, you know, because you're wasting the time you have worrying about the time you don't have. So I try not to do that.
You must have great spirit, though. You know, I mean, your will to live must be fantastic. I mean, you just.
Well, yeah, I'm very spiritual, and I'm very, I wouldn't say religious, but like I'm very spiritual, and I think, you know, what you think about, you bring about. So I try to always think of the good things and getting better. I don't dwell on being sick as much as I can. I try to dwell on getting better and look forward to getting. I don't expect to be cured of cancer, but you know, you can live with cancer as a chronic illness for many years. So that's what my aim is to do. Okay.
Where did the idea of the Time for Clare start?
Well, it was meant to be just called Climb, but I don't know how it got to be called Climb. I think Lynn Savage had something to do with the Clare. But it was last Christmas actually, and I just noticed that my youngest daughter was getting very brazen and a bit cheeky, and she always kind of was, anyone who knows her, but she just, I just felt she needed a bit of information that I couldn't explain to her. I hadn't got the tools. So I rang the Irish Cancer Society, and just by chance Rachel, who you saw in the video there, was doing a talk that week, so they invited me to come in, and I went and I listened to the talk, and she was talking about Climb in Belfast, and I went up to her afterwards and said, "This is great, where can I sign up for the Dublin Climb for my kids?" And she said, "There is no Dublin Climb." And I said, "Why?" And she just said, "It just hasn't been taken up, I don't know why, it just hasn't been taken up." So I just said, right, I better do it. So I just said, I talked to her about the finances of it and what was involved in getting it brought into the Republic. And it was such silly money, not silly money, but it was so accessible and doable that I just said, there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't have this. Because it's really needed, it really is, because only the other day my little girl went into school with a little locket on, and she had a picture of me, not for any morbid reason, she just found it. It was her older sister's from years ago. And one of the little boys in her class said straight away to her, "Oh, did your mum pass away?" Because the kids know I'm sick, and they're waiting on it, and they don't understand, and they might have a grandparent who died of cancer, and they just hear cancer and think, "Oh, Ava's mum is going to die." So and my older child gets it a little bit as well in school, so it's for that reason, so that she's armed then going into school. She can say, "No, my mummy's not died, my mummy hasn't died, my mummy has cancer, but she's doing chemo and it's doing this for her and it's doing that," and she has the understanding herself of what mummy's going through, because I'm just a normal person. I don't have the words or the vocabulary to explain to her, so that's why I said Climb would be an amazing thing to have in every county in Ireland. I could have sent Ava up to Belfast to Rachel for the 6 weeks, but I just said, what about all the other kids? There's so many kids, and it's so accessible. And then I approached the Ladies Football Association about it, that it was something I wanted to do. And it was mainly for a bit of admin support, really. That, because I don't be well, I might be in bed for 2 weeks, so I didn't want to leave people hanging, waiting on emails and stuff. I just wanted a bit of a hand with it. But of course, ladies football being what they are, we're straight in, we'll back this all the way, and whatever it needs, we'll get in and get it done for you. So they're just amazing, and they've signed it for 3 years now, so it's coming, it's gonna be in very soon. I think March or April, I think the first climbs, we're going to be training after Christmas, the volunteers, and then we'll roll out the programs then around springtime.
Well, I think we'll all be climbing. We'll all support.
Well, there have been great support already from so many clubs have already done the climb, and I know some of the senior teams, I think Galway and Mayo Monaghan have climbed Kirkpatrick, and even thank you girls. And even my own family, all my cousins and my sisters and my family, last Sunday did a walk in Phoenix Park, and that raised over €1,000, and just tenors here and there, and I have a little box in my bedroom, and people might give me 10-20 quid, and I put it in, and it's all adding up, and the money is coming in really steadily. So I'd just like to thank everybody for sponsoring, for being so good.
Well, tonight, as I said, you're our special guest. We're thrilled and honoured. We also
very special.
Very special. This is Clare Clarke, I do know. And we wanted to ask the President of the Ladies Football Association to come forward, because we also have Mary Clare Quill, who is Pat's niece, who is, I think, up here beside us, and she's going to give her Uncle Pat this beautiful trophy designed by Charlotte Daly, which is a mountain and a sunrise that we want to give to you.
I was admiring that from Missy, actually.
Which is absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
Now you know why I said she was a very special guest. She's a remarkable girl.
might hold up to the microphone if you want, just for a second. That might make it easier. Yeah, it is here. Claire, I just wanted to say thank you to you. And I hope you don't mind if I say this as your friend, but I think tonight you look unbelievably beautiful. We're delighted. I know Clare Clarke is a person, and if I can say this as well without embarrassing you, there's not a person involved in ladies football, and myself as well, that don't actually love you. And I mean that sincerely. I don't say that too much on a public stage, but we're all like that. And I know you love to dance, and I know you like the music, so we're going to introduce together this special group of men that are also mad about you. So I see the eyes going up, yes? Now, One Direction are not available tonight, thank you very much. These were their fathers, actually. So will you introduce the really lovely tenors? Ladies and gentlemen,
Please welcome the Galway Tenors.